Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully by now you have watched and enjoyed all of my New York vlogs. If you have, you will know that I have just been to New York with a group of fabulous luxury YouTubers and on a massive shopping spree. So I am going to kick these New York unboxings off with an absolute bang. I have a massive Louis Vuitton haul to share with you. I think this is probably the biggest Louis Vuitton haul I've ever done. Maybe the biggest haul I have done on my channel. When these all come together, there's going to be a number of unboxing videos because there's so much to share with you. But let's get started. There is a lot of Louis Vuitton to get through. Let's do this. So, starting in this bag, I'm so excited. There are two big hitter pieces in this unboxing. And I'm so excited about them. And we will get to them. But let's get started. First, two things in this bag. First thing I bought from Louis Vuitton, and I think I bought this from Louis Vuitton in Bloomingdales when Meredith and I went shopping there. And you will have seen that on the vlog. If you are very sharp-eyed, you may actually have... Well, that's a bit of a fail of an unboxing because 'tis empty. Hold there while I go and find the sunglasses I bought from Louis Vuitton. Let's try that again. So, the sunglasses that I bought from Louis Vuitton, are you shocked that's what's in this box now? They are now in the blue box. I'm having a nightmare, we're only started. You'll have to excuse that because it is excitement. And here we go. So in here we have these Louis Vuitton sunglasses that I have already worn in New York when we were there. They are black frames. They have the fleur-de-lis down the side of them. I had these before in blue, but I didn't know when I bought them that they come in two sizes, and the size that I had before was too big. So I had to sell those in one of my vlog sales, but I always really loved the shape and loved how they sat. So I decided to get another pair of them. They have this detail down the side. As you can see, they are fully black, and if I put them on and try not to blind you in the ring light, oh, go down here, Amelia. That is what they look like on. I have already worn these. I wore them in New York. I just liked, I'm trying to get out of the ring light. I liked how black they were. I liked how they sat on my face. I think they were a good shape. And that is the first purchase from Louis Vuitton. Second thing that's in this bag is actually a very thoughtful, beautiful, sentimental gift from Meredith. And obviously that's Living Looks with Meredith. If you watched our vlogs last year, you'll know that we met up in London, and then this year obviously we met up in New York. There are plans for next year, which is 2026, but Meredith is very much pitching that after that, the plans need to start looking Australia direction. And she is very much pitching Sydney as a destination. Now, I lived in Australia for a year. I absolutely love Australia. I would love to go back to Australia. And of course, I would love to go over and see Meredith. I do have to navigate this around my husband and two small children. But that's why we're talking a bit in advance. But to progress her cause of being a proponent of a meetup in Sydney, Meredith very kindly brought and gifted this Sydney book. Now, if you've watched me for a while, you'll know that I have the New York book and the Paris book. Both of those were gifts from Deb from Wild Unfiltered, because I have now been to Paris with Deb and New York with Deb. So she bought me both of those books, and now Meredith has added the Sydney book, and adding this was almost, I think when she gave it, she said that's like a plane ticket, because we now need to replace this with a plane ticket to come and have a holiday and meet up in Sydney. So I haven't opened it yet. I need to have a look through these. I do love these. I love these sitting out in my office. These will sit with the ones that Deb bought me, and that's very sentimental because I'm very sentimental. So now all of those two come from those two fabulous people in my life. So that is the next thing from Louis Vuitton, and that's very special because it came from Meredith. Now, in here, what do we have? In this one, oh yes, I know what this is. We have in here, I bought while we were there, again in Bloomingdales, I think, a gift for myself and for my husband. My husband, obviously, when I go on these trips and these meetups, stays at home and looks after our children. So obviously they're his children too. It's not like he's babysitting, but given that he is okay with me going and supports that he will keep everything at home ticking along with children and schools and all of that, I bought him a gift as well. So I brought him the Meteor aftershave that he loves, and I got his initials engraved on the bottle. I think that just makes it a little bit more special to bring it back as a gift. And I got myself the Afternoon Swim from Louis Vuitton. What I didn't know is the California Dream that I love and a couple of those other fragrances are all from the Nose, as they call it. I know that from Emily in Paris, who created in the 90s the Issey Miyake fragrance, the Acqua di Gio. Those are still the fragrances I love. I still insist that my husband has those fragrances and wears them because that's the smells that I absolutely love and adore. He is the creative genius behind this range. So I do have California Dream, that's one of my favourites, and I have now added the Afternoon Swim from Louis Vuitton, which that box is just so cool on its own, but love the smell, and that will, when I wear this, that will remind me of the New York trip. When I wear California Dream, it reminds me of a trip out in Dublin with Bestie, and it still brings back those memories, so that will do the same for me, and I love that about a scent and a fragrance. Alright, let's get into the two big hitters on this vlog. As I say, New York was a much more successful shopping trip than I actually had thought it was going to be. It was much more expensive than I had thought it was going to be, but when these two pieces were available, I just fell in love with them and had to have them. This was not something that was specifically on my wish list, but you'll understand when we get into this and I stop talking. So in here, this did not come in this Louis Vuitton bag and it did not come in this Louis Vuitton box because I bought this beauty from Fashionphile. And if you have watched the Fashionphile vlog, if you haven't watched it, there is so much eye candy in that vlog and in the first New York vlog, but I will link them up above and down below. The amount of bags to see if you're a bag lover is absolutely amazing. This in the New York vlog from Fashionphile, I think was probably one of the firm favourites in the comment box. This above an Hermes Mini Kelly. This was the bag that I think most of you said, I really hope you bought that bag. You have to buy that bag. That bag is so you. And of course, that bag had to come home with me. Now, it didn't come in this dust bag. It came in a Fashionphile dust bag. But to be honest with you, I don't know what I've done with that because it's been sitting over there with the other things that I have to show you. But sharing with you, unveiling to you, and I know a lot of you have already guessed this. Yeah! This is amazing. I just absolutely freaking love this bag. I can't believe that I didn't buy this bag in the first place. Meredith has this bag. When this bag was released, Anita, my fabulous SA from Louis Vuitton, sent me this bag and said, you need to buy this bag. And I said, no, I don't. I've got too many pink bags. What was I thinking? I think at that time I must have taken a little, slap to the head because I clearly wasn't processing, and Meredith has said to me so many times, I can't believe you don't own that bag. I didn't have this on my wish list because it wasn't on the website before we went. So this must have arrived into Fashionphile very quickly before we arrived. When we went into Fashionphile, and if you watch the vlog, you'll see us walking down the big corridor that has all of the cages and you can see through the cages and see the bags. This was spotted. And Meredith, I think, said to me, look, that's there. And as soon as we seen it, we knew that that had to come out of those cages and I had to see it. And once it came out of those cages and I had to see it, there's no way it was going back into those cages. So this is the Louis Vuitton Petite Malle in the fluoro pink. Meredith has said to me so many times, it's really fluoro. I don't even think you get that on camera. It's very bright and I can see that you can see it's very bright, but it's so bright. It is like a pink highlighter. That is the only way that I can describe it. It has light gold, I think. Light gold hardware. It obviously has the S-Lock. I adore the Petite Malle. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my fourth, and I know that's excessive, but I love this bag. I just think it's so freaking cool. This is very tactile as well. This is like felt almost, so all of the fleur-de-lis design on this is raised. It's raised at the bottom there too, and it's like felt or velvet sitting on the bag. and it's so beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it. I will put in some of the footage of this from Fashionphile and I will try it on for you because it does come with a crossbody strap. Now normally my Petite Malles I generally hand carry, but I normally take the Petite Malle strap with me in the bag in case I'm going out and there's a risk it's going to bounce off the floor, which I have done with the monogram and damaged the monogram. I know. But I normally take it with me and it does come useful at that point whenever I remember to put it on and save the bag. So this is the strap that it comes with. It is the same fluoro pink. It is adjustable. It is obviously detachable because it's in my hand. And the inside of this, it still has the Petite Malle Rose Fluoro. It still has the Louis Vuitton tag in it. I think this was described as excellent on the website and it absolutely is excellent. There's one little mark on it that I will show you where there is a little lift in the leather, but it was definitely not stopping me from getting this bag. This is the traditional inside of the Petite Malle. This is the newer version, so this is slightly bigger. Let me grab the older version. This one is the older version of the Petite Malle. If you put them together, let's not put the hardware together, Amelia, you're just going to scratch it. Why do you do these things? No, don't drop them either. So you can see that the older one, which is this one, is that little bit smaller and less chunky than the new one. It's also a little bit shorter in length. The new one is just a bit more substantial. Don't get me wrong, it's not that it holds that much more, it doesn't. It's just chunkier. I adore this. This one came to New York and I wore this in New York. This is going nowhere. This does not replace this. But I just want to show you the difference in those sizes. So this is my new beauty. One of my new beauties. Given that New York was highly successful. There is what I want to show you on here. If you can see it, there is a little nick in the leather. Can you see there? It'll look like a little dark mark. You can see that little dark mark and that little lift here. Those are little nicks in the leather, and that was the only thing that I could see on this that was in any wear. The rest of it is in absolute excellent condition, and as Meredith pointed out, I'll take it out once and it'll probably have little nicks because of how I use my bags. Yes, I know. But this couldn't stay. This bag I have since watching Meredith, which is a few years now, I think. Maybe not a few. Since watching Meredith anyway, and she has this bag. Since she unboxed this bag, I have wanted this bag, but it doesn't really come up on the resale market all that often. I haven't seen it. So when this was available in Fashionphile and I tried it on, I was a goner. Absolute goner. This was definitely coming home with me. And thankfully, the vast majority of you in the comment box agreed. So this is the Petite Malle. And this is the first of the bags coming home from New York. Every unboxing video will have a bag in it. Spoiler alert. This is number one. And the next big hitter that I have to share with you comes in this massive Louis Vuitton bag. And this was bought from Louis Vuitton on 5th Avenue. If you watched the vlogs, I was in there twice. Went in the first time, fell in love with a python mini capucines, but I don't buy exotics. And as much as I loved that bag, I put it in. I loved it. It was beautiful. The colour on it, the design, stunning. I couldn't get around the fact it was an exotic and I just couldn't bring it home. Also, Meredith, who loves exotics, was cautioning me about the python, the scales lift. And you could already see the scales lifting in the videos, in the vlog, sorry. Certainly in store when you had it in your hands, you could see the scales lifting already. So I did not bring home that mini capucines, but I did bring home this. On the last day, and in the last vlog, you will see Meredith and I going in to Louis Vuitton on 5th Avenue. Meredith said to me after Judith Lieber, is there anything else you want to look at? Yes, I do. I really want to look at Louis Vuitton jackets because there's a nice little bomber jacket that I really like. Why, Amelia, why? You'd already spent 10 fortunes by that point. But in we went. In we went. And along home comes the Louis Vuitton ready-to-wear jacket that I'm about to share with you. And I know I'm going to be asked, did these things cost more in America? You have tax in America, the prices are more expensive, you have the exchange rate, and you also have customs coming back into the country. The Petite Malle was under retail in Fashionphile. I found a lot of their pre-loved prices pretty good. So that was under retail. Even with all of that added on, that will still be under retail. The sunglasses and the perfume and aftershave I probably did spend a little bit more on. This I definitely did spend more on, but we checked this because I fell in love with it. It's sold out completely in the UK, so I couldn't get it in the UK. It's also sold out completely in Australia, so Meredith couldn't get, or in this size. In Australia, it's completely sold out in the UK. I think it's this size in Australia. So Meredith couldn't get it for me either. So if I really wanted this and wanted to have this, I had to buy it in New York there and then. And how fabulous. My other Louis Vuitton bomber jacket with the orangey red leather sleeves, I also bought in the Fifth Avenue store in New York with my husband. And we all know I'm sentimental. So this one I now bought in the Fifth Avenue store in New York with Meredith. And then Deb came to join us as well. And it's this, and it's absolutely fabulous. This is oversized. So in this, I am a 36. I am not normally a 36. No. But it is oversized and it's big fitting if anybody's looking at this. Although he did tell me that it was part of a small release. So it might be hard to get this. There weren't that many of them released. So there it is in all of its glory. I'm obviously going to try it on so as you can see what this is like. But I am dressed for work and I have an office day. So I'm all in black. It won't be how I would style this jacket, but I will put it on just to show you it on. It has and lemon's not really one of my colours. I went in to look at a black bomber jacket, but then I saw this one. And it has the off-white leather sleeves. It has the jersey cuffs down here. It has the monogram, Louis Vuitton traditional monogram little piece on the sleeve. It is a Letterman jacket. And it has on it here these Louis Vuitton symbols, the LV. Obviously, I'm not scared of a logo, so I don't need to worry about that. Has this beautiful horse on it, flying horse. I don't even know, I'm sure there's something proper name for that. It has Louis down here. It does have sleeves. It's buttoned up, and then the back is just plain. And the back has the jersey, the cuff neck here. And then it's the same around the bottom. It brings this in. Now obviously this does button up on me because it is oversized, but it also looks very cool just open. And I absolutely loved this. It doesn't have the price on to tell you. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but it was expensive. This definitely pushed me over what I had planned to spend in New York, but I just couldn't leave it. I loved it that much. I thought it was fabulous. I thought it was absolutely fabulous. It's one of those pieces when I put it on, I could just tell, oh, I'm done for. I love this. I have to have it. There was no doubts. There was no queries. Deb came up the stairs and said, I can see it in your eyes that you love that. You absolutely love that. And I said, yeah, I do. So this was purchased on the very last day in New York. And this is my next big hitter piece from Louis Vuitton. And I absolutely love it. So that is my first unboxing haul video from New York. That is my Louis Vuitton haul. I hope you have loved the pieces. I know the majority of you loved that Petite Malle in the video. I did go a bit overboard, but I don't care because I had a ball and I loved it and I love everything that I brought home. Let me know what you think of all of these pieces in the comment box. Let me know what you've thought of New York so far and the vlog and the series. I will get on to filming the other unboxing videos to share the rest with you. There is a lot to see. Thank you so much for what you've watched so far. If you have enjoyed these, please do give it a thumbs up. If you are enjoying the unboxings, please do subscribe so you don't miss the rest of them. And I will see you in the next one. Please take care and thank you as always for being here.